First, our economic outlook. So fourth quarter is shaping up to be, okay here in the U.S. We're looking at, about fourth quarter GDP of about 2.7%. But of course, we all know monetary policy does act with a lag. So our U.S. economics team is projecting, pretty much stagnant economic growth and possibly a recession in the first half of 2023. Now, we do think economic activity will bottom out mid-year and then begin to rebound in the second half. But we're only looking for GDP for the full year next year to be 0.8%, and then rebounding back to more normalized levels of 2.5% into 2024. Now, thinking about monetary policy, this was the fastest rate hiking cycle since the early 80s, back when we had double-digit inflation here in the U.S. Also, compounding the impact of those hiking rates, we do have the Fed with their quantitative tightening program. So we do think the Fed will hike the rates, one, maybe two more times in the beginning of 2023, but then will halt any additional tightening thereafter. Now, we also think inflation, is going to continue to keep moderating. We're looking for, on average, 2.9% inflation next year. And then finally, we did expect interest rates to rise over the course of this year, but we think that's mostly run its course. We think the preponderance of those increases is probably behind us at this point. We're looking for maybe the 10-year U.S. Treasury next year to average about 3.5%, going down to 2.5% in 2024. So putting that all together, we do think that, with the economy being, relatively weak or stagnant in the first half of the year, inflation continuing to moderate, that actually would give the Fed, the room that it would need not only to stop tightening by the middle of next year, but before the end of next year. We think they reverse course and actually start loosening monetary policy.
So I'm just looking at those numbers you're putting up there, Dave. I mean, as you say, monetary policy acts with a lag. You're expecting that lag only to last 6 months. But given your projections there, you're thinking that the target rate of inflation, we're not going to hit until 2025. 2.1%, you say, in 2025. So you think the Fed is going to start cutting in an environment in 6 months from now where we're still way, way away from that target?
Well, we do think that inflation by the end of 2023 will be much closer to the 2% target. So again, our average for the full year is 2.9. So to get to that average with inflation still at a 7 handle now, we need to get pretty low by the end of 2023. Our U.S. economics team does see a lot of deflationary impacts over the course of next year, and actually those deflationary impacts to go all the way into 2024 as well. So yeah, we do think that the Fed will have room to be able to reverse course and start loosening monetary policy by the end of next year.